tree guys are here. They're gonna take those big trees down today. It's gonna be really exciting. I've got one camera going on time lapse, and I'm gonna try to capture some of the other footage across the day. Guys are back there looking it over. It's gonna take a huge crew. I think I've seen so far 6 or 7, maybe 8 guys here. We're gonna be using the neighbor's driveway and yard on this back side of the fence. We're gonna be using this neighbor's yard and driveway to take these limbs down into, and then we'll be using our yard to take these limbs down into and take them out. And yeah, it's gonna be a big job. We got 1, 2, 3, 4 trees here coming out. And then on the side yard, we've got 2 on the hill and 1 on the corner of the house. Big day here. There he goes. It's going up. Oh, these guys are so talented. Look at him climbing that tree with no fear. At least no demonstrable fear. Wow. Good morning. It's Thursday morning, and it's day 2 of the tree project. Yesterday they made a whole lot of progress. They got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 trees fully down, and then 1 more remains to be completed this afternoon. Let me give you a look. So this big one here, which is the biggest of them all, this was the one that's over 100 feet tall. It is partially deconstructed yesterday, but they didn't get it done. But they did get the other one down, the one that was leaning like this. It's all the way down. The 2 that were down by the driveway are gone. The one that was over by the retaining wall on the corner of the house is gone, and the stump has been ground out. And then the 2 that are down on the side hill are gone as well. So this afternoon, the crew's gonna come back out and finish this one. And then it'll be all different down there. Looking forward to having it done. When the crew arrived on the afternoon of the second day, they brought with them their crane truck. And that crane can go up to 90 feet in the air, and it can bend and move around. And it's got a claw on it, and that claw grabs the branch. And then it also has a chainsaw on it. So you grab the branch with the claw, you use the chainsaw to cut the limb off, and then you carefully lay it down on the ground underneath. It's an incredibly awesome machine to watch, and the crew was really a great team as they were working with it. The guys on the ground were taking the stuff away and chopping it up in the truck, while the guy operating the crane was just doing a fantastic job. It really made quick work of it in the afternoon. All right, the trees are gone. They are out of there. They finished up yesterday, but they took until like 5:30 or 6 p.m. to finish grinding the stumps and hauling away all the debris. So it has totally changed the backside of our yard. It's made the power pole so much more predominant in the view. And all of the lines, we can see all the lines now, whereas before the trees and the vines that were growing on the trees were hiding most of these lines. Those are electric and telephone and cable internet. So they're really vital for our neighborhood. Of course, this is a 100-year-old neighborhood and we don't have buried lines. Let's take a closer look down this way. The area that's behind the fence, all the way up until our neighbor's driveway, all belongs to us. So it's, I want to say 10 to 12 feet wide behind the fence over to the driveway, maybe. Something like that. I haven't measured it, but so all of this space belongs to us and is our responsibility for caring for it, although our neighbors have very graciously been caring for it. As far as the small shrubs and things. But the tree guys took out all of the brush that was along here. There used to be brush like this all the way down to that brush down there. But the guys took it out so that they could do their work in here. So now we have, where they ground the stumps, we've got these big, huge, fluffy piles of shredded wood. I think we're just going to rake this out and just leave it evenly spread across this area, and then we'll be able to plant in it. I think we're going to put in some just easy care evergreen trees and shrubs along the cross of here, mainly to beautify our neighbor's side, because when they come up their driveway, this is their primary view, and so it would be nice for us to give them something nice to look at too. Also behind the fence, from our perspective, this will be a nice place to just have a nice backdrop, so that we don't really need to be looking at our neighbor's house and side yard all that much. So I'm also going to be planting some more evergreen screening on this side of the fence. It could be lower though. I want the tall stuff maybe. Well, actually, you know what? I was going to say we'd put the tall stuff behind the fence, but there are those lines up there. And that was part of the reason we took down the trees, was because of the lines. So I can't really grow anything that goes much taller than 12 feet or so. Otherwise, I'm going to be up into the lines again. So anything tall we put in has to be on this side of the fence, So we're gonna have to really do some planning to figure out how to put in evergreen screening back here to provide some privacy between their yard and ours, and to hide this chain link fence from our view. I don't really care for the way that looks, but while not getting up into those wires. So it's gonna be quite the challenge. So with this phase done, that's phase 2 of our backyard renovation project, getting rid of these trees. Now I can move on to the next part, which is to plan what to put in here. So I will be taking some measurements and writing it down and trying to get a 2-scale drawing of the backyard. And then I'm going to do a lot of research on trees and shrubs that would work down here. I also need to take care to I also need to understand what's happening with the sunlight and the shade that gets cast by all the different things that are still here. The sun right now is coming up about over there, and it's going this way in the sky. But in the summer, the sun comes up kind of behind their house and goes a little higher up in the sky and then goes down on the other side of our house. So the sun will change over the course of the next few months, and so the shade cast will change as well, and there will be more sun down here than there ever was before, but it won't be full sun because we still have these trees here that will be shading the yard. So I need to do that planning, need to figure out what trees grow in these conditions, and then start just putting some things on paper and see what kind of plantings we're going to be doing down here. Thanks so much for joining me. This was a really exciting day the last few days with these trees coming down. I hope you enjoyed watching their process as much as I did. It was really fascinating, and thanks for joining me. I hope that you'll come back and continue with us on this backyard renovation project during the summer of 2021. And I'd love to have your ideas as well. If you've got thoughts for what we could put down here, let me know. Take care, folks. Have a wonderful day. I'll catch you the next time.